It's just a really disappointing night from our standpoint. Just a wasted opportunity. Trying to tell the guys in life you get a certain amount of opportunities and you got to take advantage of them. So, one of the best crowds in Ole Miss basketball history since the pavilion was built had to be a top 10 crowd. So, I want to thank everybody that came to the game, student section, all the administration, the marketing people here. Just a wasted opportunity. I hate that for everybody. But it doesn't change the fact that we had a great crowd and we're super appreciative of everybody that came out and hope that the students will stick with us. Lots of basketball left, but really appreciative of the crowd. Thought we had one of the best atmospheres in all of college basketball tonight, and we just didn't take advantage of it. From a team standpoint, I mean, guys, that was just a kicking, man. That was like the free throw differential, in my opinion, had nothing to do with the officiating. It's the way they were playing the game. They were demanding the foul. They were driving the foul. Yeah, there's a couple calls you can talk about on both ends, but one team was very aggressive with a mindset to get to the free throw line, and our team, for the most part, was just settling for shots that you don't even put the officials in a position to try to make it. So, with naked eye, before I watched the film, no complaints on the officiating. They were the most aggressive team. The other stat that's always going to be directly related to aggressiveness is rebounding. And, they out-rebounded us convincingly. They got to the free throw line more than we did. And so just, good win for Auburn, good win for Stephen. I thought they came in here and they just kind of imposed our will. Did think we showed a little bit of fight late when we went small ball. We were getting no advantage, and we were actually getting a disadvantage having two bigs in the game. And then we went small ball. I thought it gave us a little bit of a spirit. I think we cut it to 3. Pettiford gets the and one. I think we might even made a couple free throws after that, and they just kept expanding it. So, obviously, we're at a defensive disadvantage with 4 guards on the floor, but at that point in the game, you're just trying to give yourself a chance. But I did think the guys at the end of the game played with a lot of fight and kind of gave us a chance to get back in the game. But just a disappointing game. I'd love to be in your seat right now and have the ability to ask these players questions about just the mindset. We've got to coach better. We got to put the guys in better positions, no doubt about it. But just from a purely competitive standpoint, I just didn't see the fight tonight that I've seen in the last month or so with our team. And again, why not? Playing at home, got a great crowd. Just kind of a frustrating night. I just didn't think we competed hard enough. And then hats off to Auburn. They demanded the foul, they got to the free throw line, and they out-rebounded us convincingly. Any questions?
Three-game win streak, or could you see coming, get the front court specifically getting physically dominated like that? Was there any indication of that, or had they been performing at what you thought they should be doing as far as rebounding and the physical nature down there?
I have to think back. I think the Arkansas game in the early to mid part of the second half, we showed some of that same weakness. And I think in the Arkansas game, right, we put some guys in the game that got us back in the game, very similar to tonight. This is a lot of the things that we saw in the first semester that we've worked so hard to try to fix and improve, and our players have improved. This disappointing performance doesn't take away from the fact that we've played better basketball the last couple of weeks, but tonight is very, I don't know. It's a fair question to the players, and it's not the time to talk to guys after the game, win or lose. Let cooler heads prevail, but I'm looking forward to some real conversations with the guys on exactly what their approach was tonight in this game.
Zach Day was a guy that checked in later in the game, and the team kind of went on that run while he was in there. Was he one of the guys that kind of gave you a spark you wanted to see from the team?
Yeah, absolutely. You saw it. I saw it. His teammates saw it. The first thing is Zach is a physical guy. There's no fear in Zach. There's no softness in Zach. He's a fearless, physical guy. And so that's exactly what I saw. And obviously, as coaches, you have a lot of regrets. It's part of the job, but should have put Zach in the game a lot earlier. But Zach has earned an opportunity. I can guarantee you he's going to play major minutes in the next game.
Chris, how frustrating is it that you get that kind of effort from Zach, who's can't do anything about the fact that he's not 6'10", 6'11", but you can't get that kind of effort from Malik and James. 28 minutes combined, 2 points, 2 boards.
Never been a coach to throw the players under the bus, but have always been a coach to tell the truth. Tonight we got out-coached. Got to put our guys in better position offensively in the first half, and defensively in the second half. So, I'm not saying that we didn't contribute to tonight's disappointing performance. But on the other hand, I don't know. We keep saying this is professional basketball in a lot of ways, and so I think what will come with that over time, sooner than later, is players will have to answer questions that maybe they haven't answered in the past. But I shared that sentiment before I watched the film. We just had a lot of guys out there not playing at their most competitive, physical, potential, talent game, and it's disappointing. And again, give Auburn credit. Like, the story tonight is absolutely the fact that we didn't show up to play in a lot of ways, but don't take away from their game plan and their performance. I mean, they were the more physical team. They demanded to get to the free throw line, and they out-rebounded us convincingly. So, hats off to Auburn. They played really well tonight.
When everyone does cool off, and I imagine maybe tomorrow or something, when you do address it, how will you address it? Is it asking questions, or is it something you change in practice? What's your move?
Yeah, not to get into all the specifics of how we coach or the relationships we have with our players, but I can just say it again. It's not fluff. Like, we're a truth-telling program. And so, we're gonna demand answers, just like the players can demand answers from us as well. But tonight wasn't competitive enough, wasn't physical enough. Just got to play a lot better. But again, Auburn was a big part of our struggles tonight. Please don't let the story be that we didn't play well tonight. There's a reason we didn't play well tonight, and I thought Auburn was the more physical, aggressive team tonight for most of the game.
Murphy mentioned specifically how he kind of really wanted this one because of the career at Mississippi State. And all that kind of stuff goes 16-14. Did you kind of see a little bit of that, like some motivation from him to go out there and kind of perform? What did you take from his performance specifically?
Yeah, I think so. I think Auburn's a motivated team coming in here, and why wouldn't they be? You come on the road, you play in front of a great crowd that can fuel both teams. And in my opinion, it fueled Auburn. They were a connected group tonight. They played physical. They played tough. We just didn't take advantage of a great opportunity we had tonight. And I hate it for everybody involved. It's a great crowd, great atmosphere. A lot of work went into it, and we just don't take advantage of it. And in my opinion, we're not talking about win or loss. We're talking about just the effort that you pay to come see. Our guys have got to play a lot harder and a lot more physical than that to earn the right to play in front of great crowds like we had tonight. And we got to coach better too. I mean, the coaching's a big part of this. Again, I regret not putting Zach Day in the game earlier. That's on me. That won't happen again.
Dia had the 2 early fouls, didn't play most of the first half, but what went into the second half decision of keeping him out and letting the other guys go and play for him?
You were at the game, right? Yeah, I mean, Dia played 14 minutes tonight and had 1 rebound. And every shot Dia was taking was a fadeaway or a jump shot, or he's trying to avoid contact. So I didn't think Malik was physical enough tonight, and he wasn't producing in his minutes played. 2 fouls should have nothing to do with that in the first half. Our players know that we'll play with 2 fouls in the first half. We're not concerned with that. I've never had a great player foul out of a game. If you got 3 at halftime, no problem. Save your first one for a while and play the game. So, my conversations with Malik tomorrow, we'll see if that had a factor in it, and I'll remind him, like I have a million times, your foul trouble has nothing to do with how you need to play each possession. We have a team. If you foul out of the game, it's next man up.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you.